there are lots of different references about light in the New Testament, in the Bible, and in the Old. And light is such a important thing to be using, isn't it? A light is a vital tool for us. There's a lovely story of a guy around about 60 years old who was involved with wildlife spotting and recording different wildlife in Surrey. And he recently, after about a couple of years of searching with his torch at night, discovered this spider. Now, it wasn't unusual to discover a spider, but this particular species had not been seen for about 27 years. And he was looking on a piece of Ministry of Defence, military land in Surrey, which was quite undisturbed. And eventually, to his surprise, he came across with his torch, he came across this spider, quite a large creature, probably not everyone's favourite, but for him it was fantastic to find it. And his torch lit this thing up, and it appeared. So light is a very useful tool. Of course, it can be sometimes when we're searching and looking for a long time, something that we've lost and needs to be found. You know, that the light is such a key thing, isn't it? Sometimes that thing just gets illuminated and suddenly we see it. So light is a useful tool for us, and we need to ask God to illuminate so many things. Illuminate circumstances, illuminate politics, illuminate the crisis in our nation, illuminate our own hearts sometimes, illuminate our thoughts when they seem negative and dark, and we need God's light to shine in our world. Jesus talks about us being light, and he says you don't hide a light under the bed, but you put it on a lampstand, let it shine. And when we look through the Bible, there's so many different references to light. It talks about Jesus in John 1 and how that, you know, he was the light that shines in the darkness, the true light that gives light to the world. And he said himself in John chapter 8, verse 12, he said, I am the light of the world. And then he goes on, says how his disciples, how God's people will become light. They'll shine into situations, they'll make a difference. And God speaks to Paul, the Apostle Paul, in Acts, and says, I've made you a light to the Gentiles. And we're called to walk in this light. The book of 1 John tells us if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another. And then it talks, of course, about the New Jerusalem, the city in Revelation. The glory of God gives it light. It says in Revelation 21, for the Lord God will give them light. So why don't we become light into situations? Why don't we ask God to make us light where there's darkness? You know, where things feel hopeless, where things feel overwhelming, where people are confused, where all sorts of negativity seems to be dominating the day. My prayer today is that God will make us light, that we would follow, that we would just let it shine, that we would allow Jesus in us to shine out, that people would realize that the light of Jesus is in us, and we just need to uncover it. We just need to let it out there. We don't need to be afraid that light will illuminate things, will enable things to be seen clearly. So I pray that the light of Jesus will shine in your life today, in your situation. I pray that the light of Jesus will illuminate your household. I pray that the light of Jesus will illuminate your city, or the place where you live, your neighborhood. I see that neighborhood right now, and I see, people who are struggling with darkness, and they're depressed, and they're anxious. Maybe they're struggling with poverty as well. And you're the light that comes and is a blessing to them. So may your light shine. May the light of Jesus shine through you, even today. Whenever you watch this, may God's light shine through your life. May you be such a blessing, such a refreshing change to the situation you're in. Bless you, and I pray that your light will shine.